I'm Lauren Wasser, I'm a TSS survivor, and I am the girl with the golden legs. I grew up with model parents. I always was on set, I always was following my mom around, you know, Paris, New York, London, living the life. 2 peas in a pod, pretty much. I just was always in the business. I played basketball my whole life, and I actually thought I was gonna be in the WNBA, if you can believe that. That's kind of like my goal in life. So a pair of heels or a pair of Jordans. I was 24 years old, active, healthy. My period was really heavy, so I would use super absorbent tampons. It was just a normal day in October, and then I started feeling a little off, like something had just ran me over. When they found me, I was face down on my bedroom floor. They rushed me to St. John's, and they found the tampon, they sent it to the lab, and as soon as it came back as TSS1, which is toxic shock syndrome. They basically gave me a 1% chance of survival and told my mom to prepare my funeral. I was in a medically induced coma for a week and a half. I woke up and I just remember my feet being excruciating. Gangrene was setting into my leg, and they amputated my right leg below the knee. I eventually made the decision to amputate my second leg because the damage was just too severe. This is the first leg that was the gold one, that I made gold, that I shared with the world. I'm really excited about going to New York City Fashion Week with this new me, with my new set of gold legs. The first moment I walked with the brand Chromat, I was using a suction socket, which means it's just held on by the suction and the liner. As I was walking, I could feel the leg slipping. In my head, I was like, can't have the gold leg falling on the runway, like you gotta keep it going. So it worked out amazing, but to have that little incident and kind of have to make it work, the nerves are what are exciting. I think clothes tell a lot about a person. I think what you choose to put on in the morning affects your day. I love mixing it up between secondhand and Gucci and Givenchy and kind of making a mix. Can't beat $5 glasses. I think that's the fun part about fashion, is because everything can mix and match and you create your own piece pretty much. That's why we love it. When this first happened, I was definitely in my own prison. I was wearing hoodies and sweatpants, hiding the fact that I didn't have a leg. I look cool. I look like a warrior. I look like I just went through some crazy stuff and I survived. So I just landed in New York City. I'm so excited to be here. Just the air of New York City. This week's a lot is happening. A lot of castings, a lot of meetings. I'm meeting with the Congresswoman, and I'm hopefully gonna be kicking some butt. Yeah, usually when I go to castings, I just put on like a little bit of makeup. Gotta have the lip gloss, it's very important. Chapstick actually, not even lip gloss. And a little mascara. I feel good. I feel ready to go. I feel like I can take on the world. In a business that is so perfect all the time, and beauty is only shown in one way, to be able to throw myself in the mix and kind of stir the pot a little bit, I think it's cool. I saw it as an opportunity to highlight people in similar situations like myself who have never been publicized, especially in the fashion world.
Your shoulder right here. Perfect. Pull that. Perfect. Give a little smile. Yes, right there.
The little girls that I've just met in the last 2-3 years that unfortunately have been victims of TSS, who have lost toes and are on dialysis. Those are the girls that I live for. Toxic shock syndrome has been an epidemic for over 30 years before I was even born. Once I found that out, a fire just like lit in my heart. I linked up with a congresswoman out of New York City. Her name is Carolyn Maloney, and she has been trying to pass a bill for almost a decade, named after a woman who died of toxic shock syndrome in 1998. It's called the Robin Danielson Act, and it's basically just for us as women to know what's going in our feminine hygiene products.
What my bill does, it requires the National Institute of Health to keep data on how many people are stricken with it, how many people die with it, and to do research on what is in tampons. We have done more research on coffee filters than we've done on a tampon. We need to force government to collect the data. But of all the bills that I've worked on, it's been most difficult to pass bills that affect women.
Who knows how many women have been affected and lost their lives and haven't been able to use their voice or speak about it. Well, we're going to do this together.
We're in for the long haul.
We're in for the long haul.
Okay,
Let's do
great.
this. Thank
All
you so
right,
much.
Great.
My favorite thing that's happened this whole trip, really, to be honest, is meeting with the Congresswoman, because that was too long of a wait, and we finally did it, and it's so awesome, and she's so awesome, and I feel like that's really gonna get this thing pumping and get some motion, so mission accomplished on that. The biggest thing I've taken away from my whole experience, not only just the way this trip has been, but I think just trusting the process, believing in yourself, believing in your journey, things that you maybe want to do or achieve, it's possible. You just gotta keep the fire alive. Fashion Week was super important because I'm finally just showing up, showing everyone that I'm here and I'm ready to go. I'm pain-free, I'm excited to fight, I'm excited to change the world. I'm excited to just be me again and hopefully do some good.